Team of the season warm-up is just one day away now, and I think we're going to start getting some team of the season themed content, maybe in the form of objectives, today. But on top of that, we have a ton of leaked player SBCs as well as the entire confirmed schedule for team of the season. We know exactly when each league is going to drop, and a big surprise is that Premier League is not going to be the first big league that we see for team of the season. And we're not going to get a community TOTS or a TOTS live this year. So a very, very different schedule from what we are used to seeing. But we're going to be covering all of that, as well as another all-in investment that I think you guys can go in on that can make you so many coins over the course of the next couple of weeks. So if you're excited for today's video, please do not forget to drop a like on it, and let's hop into it. Do you guys need coins in FC25 Ultimate Team? Well, U7Buy has you covered. It's cheap, it's fast, and it's safe with 24/7 online customer support. Even big creators use it, and it has over 40,000 positive reviews. Make sure to use my link down in the description and use code NITRO for an extra 8% at checkout. And on top of all of that, you get a 19% newcomers coin bonus. It's interesting because we can vote on the Premier League team of the season already, but it's not going to be the first team of the season for the main leagues, because that's going to be Ligue 1, the French league right there, as well as the Women's French League, the Arkema Premier League, and then the Eredivisie, the Dutch league. So we're going to get 3 different leagues every single week, 1 women's league every single week, right? So Ligue 1 is going to kick things off on the 25th of April. Then the second week is going to be the Premier League, which we'll vote on in a second. We'll also have the EFL combined and the BWSL as the women's league. On the third week, we're going to have Bundesliga, Super League, which is the Turkish league, and then the women's Bundesliga right there. On the fourth week, we're going to have Serie A, rest of Europe, and the NWSL, which is the American Women's League right there. And then on the fifth week, we're going to have La Liga, Liga Portugal, and Liga F. On the sixth week of team of the season, yes, we're still going, we get the Saudi Pro League, so you're going to get your Cristiano Ronaldo, and then the MLS, we're going to have Messi and Cristiano in packs at the same time, it looks like, assuming they'll both be in team of the season, and they both have been pretty good, but even if one of them didn't play well, you know EA Sports is going to throw them into the team of the season either way, and you can kind of have that logic for every single league. I'll get to what I'm saying here in a second, but to finish things off, after rest of world, which is with Saudi Pro League and MLS, you're going to have the ultimate team of the season on the 7th week. So we have nearly 2 months of team of the season. We actually do have 2 months of team of the season if you count the team of the season warm-up. We have 2 months straight of one promo. But as I mentioned, EA Sports, they're going to throw in players to team of the season that might not necessarily deserve it, but are more likely to sell packs. And what I mean by that is if Chris Wood and Erling Haaland both get a similar amount of votes, they're going to put in Erling Haaland because he's going to be more expensive. He's going to draw more people into packs. So here's the deal. I'm voting on this how I think it should go. Players who I think deserve to be in the team of the season. Whether you guys agree or not, we'll see how much hate I get in the comments. But we're going to start with Mohamed Salah. We're then going to go to Isak, and I actually don't see Matheus Cunha, who I would have put at the other forward spot. So since he's not nominated, I'm going to go actually for Chris Wood. So I'm going to go ahead and put 2 strikers up there. You know what? We can do that. We have the luxury. There's Matheus Cunha. He's a midfielder, apparently. I'm not sure I agree with that sentiment from EA Sports, but we're going to throw him in there. I'm going to throw Gravenberch for Liverpool, and then possibly Declan Rice. Ooh, there's a couple people that kind of get snubbed here, but I'm going to go with Declan Rice. Obviously you've got Justin Kluivert. He's been very good. Bruno Fernandes has been good. Morgan Rogers as well. Honestly, the midfielders is probably the toughest spot to go for. Then on defense, I'm going Virgil van Dijk because he's still one of, if not the best center back in the world. I'm going Anthony Jedi Robinson at left back. Milenkovic could actually fill in the middle. And here's the thing. Gabriel probably deserves to get in. The only reason I'm not voting for him, and I know I said I was going to vote for players who deserve to be in, but I did his SBC card, and I don't want there to be already a higher rated version of him in the game. So I'm not going to vote for him. I might go, Milenkovic or Murillo. One of the Nottingham Forest center backs probably deserve to be in. Ola Aina, maybe at right back right there. You could also put Trent Alexander-Arnold. Kirkhez could even fill in over Robinson, but we got to keep in the USA bias right there. Let's just go ahead and finish this off with a Milenkovic. Let's go ahead and throw him in there. Probably should have gone Murillo, but we're going to go Milenkovic. And then to finish things off, I do think Alisson is the best goalkeeper in the world at the current moment, even though he is actually hurt. But healthy, Alisson is incredible. And I think he's actually made his return this recent week. But a lot of people are probably voting for Sells in this as well. I'm actually surprised that we didn't get the Bournemouth goalkeeper nominated, because he's had an incredible season. I forget his name, though. Either way, let's go ahead and submit that vote right there and head over to the market, because we've got a lot to talk about. And the first thing I'm going to show you guys is Fodder. The reason is there's an all-in investment for Fodder that we've already gone in on, which is going to be the 90 or the 89 rated Fodder for the team of the weeks. We went in on cards like Marmarashvili, who is nearly 15,000 coins right now, and we have so many different 89 rated informs. Now, the last time I told you guys to go all in on a card was 3 days ago, and I'm telling you guys this doesn't happen a lot, right? I very rarely say go all in on a card, but when we're looking at 89 rated cards for 11.5 thousand coins just across the board, 12,000 coins, and they're already up to 15K, and it's just been a couple of days, I'm telling you what, it's looking good already for this investment. And we have pages and pages of these informs. We even have a lot of 88 rated informs in the transfer list as well. So we went very heavily into those investments right there. We're looking very good, but there's another one that looks good, because if we take a look at some of the leaked SBCs over the next couple of days, I think Fodder is going to be a very, very valuable item for some people this week, because we're going to get an Ericsson flashback coming via SBC. You know, Manchester United fans, Tottenham fans, Danish fans, probably going to be wanting to get this. I don't think they're going to price this one all too expensive, but with these official stats, I mean, he does only have 2 playstyle plus. We're about to enter the point in the game where 3 playstyle pluses is the norm. All of the team of the seasons, I would assume, are going to have 3 playstyle plus. So only 2 playstyle plus on this flashback here, but they are 2 very good playstyles at least. And those stats also very solid. Almost part of the 9-goal club, which is 90 plus on each stat. Then we've got a leaked De Jong SBC. This one might be a little bit more expensive. This is a good card as well. All 80 plus on each stat, which is pretty normal for center mids at this point in the game. But we know De Jong plays even better than what his stats say every single year. So that could be a pretty expensive SBC. We're also going to get a Lee Kang-in Road to the Finals SBC as well as that De Jong. So they're both Road to the Finals, which means that these cards, already pretty good, can get upgraded if they do well in the semifinal of Champions League and move on to the final. And then, of course, they'll get even upgraded more if they win the final. But this is the big or first big SBC we're getting, because it's going to be Didier Drogba on this day SBC. Official stats, official playstyle plus. It's got the quick step, aerial plus, and the low driven, which is pretty OP ever since that got introduced into the game. These are the SBCs that are going to be, you know, 1,000,000 coins plus and are going to need quite a bit of high rated fodder. But that's not all, because we're also going to get Samuel Eto'o. Future Stars is getting an SBC as well. That card is incredible right there. I mean, there's nothing about that card that is not going to be OP. Power Shot plus, Quick Step plus. I'm not sure if these are the official stats, however, but the reason that that applies to the fodder is because it is at a low point, lower than I would have ever expected. 88 rated cards to go. I mean, we're looking at 6.3 thousand coins for 88 rateds, fellas. I'm telling you right now, this is the second time I've said it this week. You can go all in. Absolutely all in on 88 rateds for 6.2 thousand coins, guys. That is the lowest that 88s can actually go. If you're getting them even up to 6.5, 6.6K, If you want to push the boundary, you can take that risk as well and go all the way to 7 if they do start rising. But I do think that at this price right here, absolutely no brainer. Just buy as many as you possibly can. Buy 1,000, buy 2,000, buy 3,000. Because when we're looking at SBCs like this, and then we're also assuming that we're going to get some big upgrade SBCs where people are going to get, 85 plus times 6 or, 84 plus times 7, 83 plus times 14, whatever they drop this week. They're not going to be opening right away. They're going to be doing these upgrade SBCs, and then they're not going to be opening, and that's going to make it so that these cards are more needed. It's not like they're replenishing their clubs to do the next upgrade SBC like you normally do. You're going to have to go to the market and get these cards. People are going to be spending coins on fodder so that they complete these player SBCs, these upgrade SBCs, and a lot of people are saying EA Sports is just trying to drain your fodder before Team of the Season, and they're absolutely right. And it probably is going to work on some people. And with that being said, fodder right now is a no-brainer, guys. My favorite is, of course, 88 rateds. You could go 87s at 5.2. I think at, 88s at 6.2 are better than 87s at 5.2. But you could go 87s at 5.2 right there. You could go 89 rated gold cards at less than 10K, even less than 11's probably decent. But remember, we just got informs that are 89 rated at 11K. So it's not that much better to get, the gold cards at 11K. But if you're getting them for like that 9.8, 9.9K, pretty solid right there. And speaking of those fodder cards that we've already gone in on, Matt Mellon18 on Twitter, he replied to my tweet. He replies to a lot of my tweets, so shout out to him. Make sure you guys are following me at nitrofooty. I'll respond to your guys' questions and comments. But Angerer slowly going up, might sell at 97K. It's not a bad idea. Make a couple of coins on that Angerer card. And if you guys are confused at what we're talking about, it's this Angerer at 95,000 coins, which we got for about 90,000 coins, up to nearly 100K now. It's not a bad time to sell that card and just kind of take the coins where we can get them. But we do know that we are going to get some big SBCs like Eto'o and Drogba this week. So maybe holding a couple more days before Team of the Season starts with League On, I would sell for sure. But we might be able to take a risk, and that's kind of what I said here. With big SBCs during TOTS warm-up, I'm taking the risk by holding. Now, will I take the risk on these 89 rated informs? That is the question, because we are actually going to get the best of re-release cards coming to packs today. So even though we're not going to get Team of the Season cards in packs quite yet, we are going to get Team of the Week cards, Grassroots, Greats, Winter Wild cards, FUT, Birthday, etc. There's going to be a lot of cards in packs. They're mostly going to be good cards. So we will see probably, an inform Vinicius Jr. It's not going to be these fodder Team of the Weeks for the most part, but there could be a couple, and that might keep the price of Team of the Week cards down a little bit more than what we might want from these 89 rated Team of the Weeks that have been doing so well for us over the course of the last couple of days and rising, so quickly. So hopefully that doesn't slow us down too much, but if you did want to sell and just take your profits today, I wouldn't blame you, because we're up about 50% on that investment already. So taking your coins and moving on to the next investment is not a bad play. And quite frankly, I think a lot of these cards might end up being decent investments, especially if they're on the high tier, very meta side of things in this re-release, because as we get towards the end of the week, there's going to be a lot of panic selling pre-Team of the Season, and these cards are going to be very low in price because they've been in packs this week. So we're going to look at that later this week. So make sure to subscribe right now so you don't miss out on any of the investments we make this upcoming week, because we are absolutely moving coins around a lot. So I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.